Seven, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And all right, we're up.
Happy 4th of July.
That's right. Happy 4th of July. This is a special broadcast. Welcome to Interfleet Broadcasting. I'm New York Pete here with my best friend, the Tipsy Toaster.
Yo.
All right. Well, guys, you know that this is our little spot in the universe where we promote news, pop culture, sci-fi entertainment. And today with this holiday, we're going to promote something that's very special to sci-fi fans. And if you're not familiar with it, that's the point of this. So Shore Leave 43 is a smallish con. It's taking place July 7th through 9, 2023, Huntsville, Maryland, the Baltimore area. And the lineup, Chris, that they got is incredible.
Oh, yeah.
I was surprised.
For Battlestar fans, there's a couple of people there for the new school Battlestar. So,
oh, absolutely. And on top of that, it's been Shore Leave has been around for decades, man. I think it started in 1980s, in the 80s. So I believe it's the 80s, if not like 79, but we're going to have an expert that's going to come on. We're very lucky to have Mike come on, and he is the publicity dude or publicity guide. So
The publicity dude.
yes.
Always want that title. Hi there.
Well,
I'm Chris,
you
the
might get
publicity
it.
dude.
You may still get it, buddy. Welcome everyone to Interfleet Broadcasting, and let's talk Shore Leave 43. In the meantime, Chris,
Yep.
let's toast the fans.
Hang on, I got to do it right. There we go.
Yeah,
That's
do it
better.
right. There you go. All right.
That's much
So,
better.
go ahead.
Here's to the
fans.
fans. We always like to say that it's important that you're here. It's important that you support your fandoms because you are what make the fandoms go great and do things. So because fans feel the fleet. So here's to you.
Here's to you guys. All right. Well, we have a guest, and like I said, he's the publicity guy, the director of publicity for Shore Leave. He's been doing it for 11 to 12 years. He told me earlier that he started this he started attending Shore Leave in like around 1986, and I believe that was, I think it was the 8th con at the time. So, it's been going on from the 70s, late 70s, all the way up to now. And it's a heck of a convention. I mean, I remember hearing about it from reading various magazines, including Starlog. They'd talk about Shore Leave. Chris and I are going to try to get to it and check it out ourselves. But in the meantime,
That's next weekend. Yeah.
Yeah, it's only 72 or so hours in the future.
Or this weekend. I said next.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
it's
This
coming
weekend.
up.
There we go.
Yeah. It's
I'll
July
redub
7th.
that later. This weekend.
Yeah, I mean, we're broadcasting live. It's July 4th. Happy Independence Day. And so that's now. And then we're going to be moving into, from the 4th to the 7th. So, 3 days from now. I'm not sure when you guys can be watching this. Hopefully you're watching it now live. But for all the fans that are out there, if you get a chance, Shore Leave 43 is coming up. It's a smallish convention. And like I said, we have a guest that's going to come on and give us all the ins and outs of Shore Leave. So, Chris, without further ado.
All right. Hang on. Bam.
Yeah. All right, let's do it. Mike, welcome to Interfleet Broadcasting.
Well, thank you very much. I'm very, very happy to be here.
So, Mike, give us a little bit of the background on Shore Leave. It's Shore Leave 43 is this year. However, give us some of your background and tell us about the convention.
All right. Well, first of all, I have to congratulate you and your entire team there. I absolutely loved your show's opening, and I love the fact that you toast the fans. I've been on many a podcast and radio show in my capacity in the publicity department with Shore Leave for a number of years now, and I don't think I've ever seen anybody toast the fans before. So that's a great touch. So great job, you guys. I think that's wonderful.
Thank you.
Thank you. So
let's see.
Mike, tell us all about Shore Leave.
Okay. Well, first of all, Shore Leave 43 is coming up July 7th, 8th, 9th, like you said, to the Hunt Valley Inn, Delta Hotel by Marriott. It's changed its name quite a bit over the years. Okay. Actually, it's in Hunt Valley, Maryland, not Huntville, okay? But if you just want to say Baltimore, that's just fine, too. The convention hotel is just a matter of minutes. Am I still okay in your image there? I keep feeling that I'm
You're fine.
drifting off the screen. Anyway, it's just a matter of minutes north of Baltimore, okay? So that's probably easier to say than just Hunt Valley, okay? That's just the community that it's in, all right? Anyway, it is a purely voluntary, fan-run, fan-organized, and fan-staffed convention that's been taking place since 1979. Okay, back in 1979, a bunch of generally high school and college-age kids, Star Trek and sci-fi and fantasy fans of those times got together. They saw the popularity of the huge Star Trek conventions that were taking place around the country, most particularly in New York City and in other cities, including Washington, D.C., and we said, hey, maybe we can have one of those, right? So they went ahead and they used actually one of our local universities, what was then called Towson State University. It's just called Towson now. Okay, and we used the upstairs University Union Building one Saturday in July of 1979. Then the next year, they pooled all their resources and decided to go to the what was called then the Marriott Hunt Valley Inn, which was a fairly, much younger hotel at the time in a much quieter area. It isn't quite so built up as it is now. And with the exception of 1 year, which actually was my first one, by the way, number 8, we have been there every year since then. So the Hunt Valley Inn, just off I-83, just a little bit north of Baltimore, has been our second home ever since then.
Wow. All right. So, I mean, like I mentioned to you earlier, Mike, I knew about shore leave from, reading various publications back in the day, back in the 80s, but I never had the actual opportunity to go. And it looks like Chris and I are going to work some angles and see how we're going to work this out. This year, you have an all-star cast, and you're covering a lot of different sci-fi. So you have Grace Park,
Yeah.
Aaron Douglas, Claudia Black, Ben Browder, Peter Macon, Penny Johnson, Gerald, Robert Picardo, Robert Duncan McNeil, and Elena Hoffman from Stargate Universe, which is one of my favorite shows, and Bonnie Gordon as your celebrities. And not only are they giving autographs, they're actually taking pictures. And something that's very unique to Shore Leave, based on my experiences, is Mike, I know that 2 of your guests are going to be doing a special signing that you already have set up with membership. Can you tell us about that?
That's right. I know I'm supposed to be very objective at a time like this, but I've always been a huge Farscape fan from the very beginning. I have seen some of their guests over the years at other conventions, but I'd never seen Claudia Black and Ben Browder, certainly not together. And when I found out from our guest relations department that they had come on board, you should have seen me jump about 6-7 feet in the air, which to a rather plus-sized guy like me, that's a big thing, all right? So this is, in many ways, quite the dream come true for me, okay? So personally, this is huge for me. I later found out that not only are they joining us both on Saturday and Sunday, okay, that they're taking place in what we call our official autograph sessions. I mean, all our guests will be signing autographs at their tables during the course of the weekend. But Ben Browder and Claudia Black will be taking part in our official autograph session, one on Saturday, one on Sunday. The time will be posted on our Pocket program and on the website. I'm sure it's already there, okay? www.shore-leave.com. All right, be sure to write that down. They will both sign one free autograph per day. Okay, and that's one for one each day. Okay, now they'll still be at their tables signing for a nominal fee like everybody else, but during the official sessions they will sign for free. One item, okay? And that could be something they have there, something that you bring, a picture that they have, you choose. So that was part of their agreement when they went ahead and joined us, okay? So we're very, very excited about that. Oh, please don't forget to, you did mention Bonnie Gordon is joining us as well, okay. I like to make sure we don't forget any of our above the title guest stars that we have coming this year. So yes, I definitely wanted to mention that.
Outstanding. Mike, I was pretty blown away by that, because that's pretty cool. But besides that, you guys, I was looking at besides the flyer, it's pretty comprehensive. I did want to mention the autograph thing, because it says memberships include the 2 free autographs, and then now we know which 2 celebrities will do that, and then the others obviously are paid autographs, and they're very reasonable based on what I've experienced. There's also you have tracks for a lot of different things, and your Pocket program is up. It's on the website, and I've been looking at it, and you guys do a slew of panels on top of a film track, and I believe you also do some charity stuff. Can you tell us about the charity stuff that you do?
Yes. Shore Leave is so well known for so many things, and I'm proud of all of them. But one thing I'm especially proud of with Shore Leave and other conventions like us is that charity is a very important part of the of science fiction fandom. Anybody who spent any real time, as you are very well aware, taking care of our fellow fan is a huge part of it. Okay? Now, we've had a close relationship at Shore Leave with the Red Cross blood drive. Because of the pandemic, as usual, they really stopped having those huge blood mobiles that they would drive around. Those sadly aren't available anymore. They used to park right out in front of the hotel, but they don't have it anymore. However, thanks to the very strong efforts of our team, we are having the Red Cross blood drive again this year on Saturday, and information for how to sign up and register to donate will also be available on Friday and Sunday as well, I believe outside our garden room. We also have a long-standing relationship with the Maryland Food Bank, okay? People can drop off, food there for donation to the Maryland Food Bank. You can also donate cash as well, okay? Just walk in, there'll be a little, thing. You can just drop your loose change in. Goes to the Maryland Food Bank. Also, we have 2 or 3 other charities, okay, that we are involved with this year. The specific information is on the website, okay? We're going to have an emporium area where there's going to be a silent auction where people can bid on certain unique items where the funds go to these charities, okay? There also may be situations where before and after some of our guest stars talk during the course of the weekend, we will be doing a auction up on the main stage in the main ballroom for a couple of unique items, okay? So these are all things that we are extremely proud of. Just one of the little things that make Shore Leave what it is. And sometimes, and I know time is limited, but something that we got away from the last couple of years, but we've gotten back to it. We have this thing called the Robbie Greenberger Texas Hold'em Memorial Poker Tournament. A young man by the name of Robbie Greenberger, who is the son of one of our long-standing professional writers, passed away many years ago with lymphoma, I believe. He was only maybe about 20 or so. And ever since then, we've had a memorial poker tournament in his honor. Now, no cash is involved, okay? That would make for a very different kind of a convention, okay? So everything is done with chips. Your buy-in is you go to the Leukemia and Lymphoma website and you make a donation of any amount. You print out your receipt. That is your proof of donation. That is your buy-in. It takes place after the 10 forward, the masquerade and 10 forward dance on Saturday night. The exact time and place will be on the schedule. Okay, so it's late night Saturday. So that's another very special thing that we do as well. But again, like you said, there's a multitude of tracks going on at the same time, and that is just one thing that helps to make Shore Leave and other fan-run conventions especially unique and very, very satisfying for those of us who actually work on them all year round.
Mike, I just wanted to give a couple of shout outs, Lola and Mike DeBrune. So our normal followers and supporters in our community from Florida and Texas and around the world are actually watching us now live. Thanks for tuning in, guys. And thank you everybody. Oh yeah. And everybody else that watches this in our syndication. You have a really robust set of panel topics. So you cover all kinds of sci-fi, and one of them that I know my co-host, the Tipsy Toaster, is going to enjoy very much. It's Battlestar Galactica: The Sound of Cylons. So, Chris,
we try to have clever titles whenever we can.
Oh yeah, this is that. I'm sure Chris would love that more than anything else. However, I just wanted to bring that out. Definitely. There's also other topics that are covered here. I noticed you have a
that's one of my favorite persons. You know that I talk and everything. Like I say, panels is among my favorite things there, and I'm on a great deal of them myself, as a matter of fact, because I just, I love to tell people I'm as opinionated as any and more talkative than most. So they love to volunteer me for panels,
Fantastic. However, you guys also include small budget film festivals and science programming and stargazing, sun gazing. And then, of course, we mentioned the poker tournament for charity and the blood drive. You guys are very, very well known for that blood drive. That's something else that I've also come across outside of the prep for this interview, from just
That's right.
knowing stuff on cons. Mike, tell us a little bit about your film festival. I'm fascinated.
Well, yes. One big part of Shore Leave's programming all these years has been what we used to call the video room years ago. Of course, years ago, that was when you could have just uncut episodes of the original Star Trek and the blooper reel, and you could fill a room with several hundred people. I think
Oh
we're all
yeah.
old enough to remember those times. This is before everybody had these episodes streaming and on DVDs and Blu-rays, so you could watch them 24/7 if you wanted to. What a way to go, right?
Oh
Um,
yeah.
so but now the video room is dedicated to what I always called fan films. Its technical title now is the small budget films. Okay, and a dear friend in the our committee goes through great lengths to find a variety of different films who not only are good but suit our audience. I literally have a schedule right in front of me. There isn't really time to go through it, but well through the day on Saturday and Sunday, we will be showing a variety of fan films that cover the Star Trek universe, Batman, the Orville, Star Wars, of course. Dark Operations is in here. The Farragut Forward film, for example. One thing about being geographically where we are, you see, and tracking over a little bit to the science programming, not to toot our own horn too much, but a lot of conventions just simply don't have this. We have a very unique science programming track because where we are, the Hubble telescope, this of course before James Webb was built and put up, is very, very close to here. Also, the Goddard Space Flight Center is literally right down the street from us. So we are able to draw in outreach people that work for these organizations, you see, and give talks from the worlds of science fact and not just science fiction. And that started maybe 20 or so years ago, and like so many other things, it's just grown and grown and grown. The trick is to find time to see these things, because I guarantee for those of you who aren't familiar with Shore Leave, who may be coming for the first and second time, you may wish there were 3 or 4 of you, because there's literally no way to get to everything that you want to get to, because everything is happening basically at the same time. So you have to make very, very hard choices. So I wanted to mention just how special our science programming track is. Yes, we do have the small budget films as well. We also do have what are called workshops. A lot of people don't know about this either, but they are the vast majority of them are usually free, although some do have a size limit. So you have to sign up for them, okay, either online or there will be an area where they can be signed up for, okay. If you look at the Pocket program, you will see free workshops on such eclectic topics as basic self-defense, crochet, let's see, how to make iconic hats. The famous writer Howard Weinstein is actually going. Apparently, he's a man of hats. If you see any pictures of Howard Weinstein, he's always wearing a hat. Okay, so he's going to talk about hats. Okay, and a lot of them are also going to be involving the writing universe, and we haven't even gotten to this yet. But there was a time when we used to have 2 writers, professional writers, coming to Shore Leave, Howard Weinstein and Robert Greenberger. They started at Shore Leave 2 and 3, respectively. So do the math, okay? And it's like that old shampoo commercial. They told 2 friends, and they told 2 friends, and so on, and so on, and so on. So now if you literally look at the front of our website, I saw you just pulled it up, we have about 40 professional writers now. Shore Leave is not technically a literary convention. It is only a part of what we are, but it just simply grew over time, just like anything else. So a lot of our workshops are actually writers, teach people how to not only write professionally, how to find an agent, how to pitch a story, how to edit, how to navigate all that. Okay, so that's just something that grew over time as well. Sometimes I wonder how we fit all these people into the Hunt Valley Inn, because we have all our guests, we have all our writers, we have all our scientists. No wonder we fill up so quickly, you know? So that's all something that's makes Shore Leave what it is, right?
That's right. So, Mike, just wanted to, kind of wrap up a little bit. and wanted to thank you for taking the time out. You're the head of publicity for Shore Leave, and it's remarkable. The fans should know that Shore Leave has always been considered one of the smaller conventions. It's a fan con, not a pro con. Right, so the pro cons are the big ones. You think San Diego, New York Comic Con. Those really big monolithic conventions that are commercial in nature, specifically. And fan cons have not been that prevalent for obvious reasons, especially after the pandemic. However, Shore Leave is here, and we're happy to be supporting. And we look forward to the opportunity to get down there ourselves and cover. So, Mike, thank you for taking the time out. Chris, do you have any last comments that you want to squeeze in, Tipsy Toaster?
No, what I would say is we've mentioned this a number of times. It's like, this is a small con, but that's what makes this fantastic. It doesn't sound like it's small.
That's right.
It doesn't sound like it's that
absolutely
small.
Right. Shore Leave holds at a capacity of 1,500 at one time, and we've already got 1,000 basically pre-registered, pretty much, give or take, for Saturday. So if anybody's interested in coming down, say, for one day, I would recommend Sunday, because 2 or 3 of our guests, namely Ben Browder and Claudia Black and Grace Park, are only there Saturday and Sunday, and we don't want anybody to miss out on any of the guests, okay? But Sunday has pretty much most of the programming that Saturday has. Naturally, it's a much shorter day, but despite our best efforts to load up the programming, it is always less crowded. So Sunday is a fine time for someone who's not familiar with conventions at all, where you don't have quite the same crowds. But I like to tell people that Shore Leave offers, I know it's an old hackneyed expression, the best of both worlds, okay? You can have the energy and enthusiasm, and you can really feel the energy of the crowd and feed off of that. But on the other hand, it's small enough where you can actually talk to people. If the autograph line isn't that long, you can actually talk to the guests for a couple of minutes. Okay, that's something you're just not going to get with a large convention. It just doesn't really happen. Okay, you can find a quiet corner and see someone you haven't talked to for years, or you haven't seen them since the last convention, and you just talk to them. You can have a panel that might only have 30 or 40 people in a room instead of hundreds, literally, where you can have a nice round-robin discussion with your fellow fans, and everybody's opinion is just as valid. Now, name me a couple other places in this world, the way it is today, where things go that smoothly, right? So, yes, we are very small in nature, but I think that is our charm. Okay, that we can give you all the programming we can possibly fit into that hotel, where you have all the choices in the world, but you can still take time and just relax and meet people. And I like to call it re-energizing your fandom batteries. Because if you feel a little bit low about things, you can go to a Shore Leave, and you can really, for one weekend, you can really enjoy yourself. And I like to jokingly tell people, if you can't find something at a Shore Leave to do or to enjoy, I don't know what to tell you, because there's something here for every kind of taste. Not everybody, gets autographs or hangs around the dealer's room, but other people, they hang around the gaming room, right? Or they will, just socialize, basically. So there's all kinds of different things for people to go and do. And I know we're out of time, but if you want a good idea about what Shore Leave is, think about the original series episode, oddly enough, called Shore Leave. Remember that one?
Oh, yeah. That's a good Star Trek episode.
Okay. Well, do you remember where Spock said at the episode, "This planet is like an amusement park where people could go and do all sorts of fascinating things"?
Yes.
Well, that's a good way to describe what Shore Leave is. In fact, if you pull up the website and you look at the top, there's a reason why our logo is a bunny.
Oh,
did you notice that that's our logo?
Yes.
Okay, that is the white rabbit from the episode Shore Leave.
Shore Leave.
Looking at his pocket watch. My hairs and whiskers, I'll be late, right?
Yeah.
So, in fact, and that has been our logo since the very beginning. So if you think of that, you have a general idea of what Shore Leave always aspires to be. And basically, Do you know what the mascot's name is? Did you do your research?
The mascot? No, tell us.
Yes, the mascot has a name.
Oh boy. Give it to us.
Gene Roddenbunny.
Nice. Very nice.
And each guest star who comes to the convention for the first time as part of their goodie bag gets a little Gene Roddenbunny in their baggie.
That's cool.
Okay. And I didn't make that up. That is absolute truth. Okay. So that is what Shore Leave is supposed to be. And I hope in our limited time, I've been able to let all your viewers know about, I mean, I'm holding the phone now. I'm hoping coming through okay. I hope I've been able to give people just a very quick idea of just some of the things we have to offer. But anybody coming down from the Northeast, please be safe because of all the trouble on I-95 along Philadelphia. So I wouldn't want you to miss all the wonderful things that are going to happen because of detours and all. So everybody, please have a safe journey if you're coming down from up there.
Well, Mike, thank you so much for taking the time out on 4th of July here in the U.S. Of course, it's one of our major holidays, and we're looking forward to meeting up with you at some point in the future at Shore Leave. IFB, Interfleet Broadcasting, Tipsy Toaster, I think we've done in our small little corner of the universe, we've done a little bit of justice to the fact that Shore Leave is one of those that are worthy. So, guys, hope to see you at. I know some of our fans are actually going to attend Shore Leave because you guys sent us a couple of messages here. So, hope to see you guys there in the future. In the meantime, all the best. And here's the Shore Leave. Fans feel the fleet, right, Chris?
Yep. Fans feel the fleet. Thank you so much.
Take care, everybody. Thanks for having me on.
Take care.
Take care.
Well, stay tuned, everybody, for our Thursday live. IFB Interfleet Broadcasting will be, of course, on. And this was a special report on Shore Leave Convention, which takes place July 7 through 9, 2023. Delta Hotels, Baltimore in Maryland. It's a convention that's been around for over 40 years, and it's a small but packed full of all kinds of stuff. And some of the guests are phenomenal. Not some, all the guests.
All the guests are good.
All of them.
But all I got to say is Athena, Claudia Black.
Oh boy, you should go.
Like, oh, she's right there.
Yeah, you should. Yeah, man. All right, well, listen,
I don't think that restraining order is still good, so I think I can go see her.
Shore Leave, thank you for lending us Mike, the publicity director, and hopefully we're gonna get our chance to get out there and do some coverage. The convention looks really cool. If you get a chance, take a look at the programming. Those of you in the area, please attend if you can, and we will see how we're going to fit into this. Hopefully we'll get a chance to attend in force next year. We're going to pencil it in, I think, Chris, next year so that we can actually do this.
I'll see what I can do about getting up there this year, but we'll see.
Yeah, it's Clay and Scott and Lola and Mike and Chuck and everybody else that's tuned in here for our special broadcast. Thank you for watching. And if you didn't catch it, please watch from the beginning. It's a special Shore Leave edition of IFB. So thank you very much, Chris.
That's it. So thank you very much. Y'all take care. And we'll happy 4th of July. Don't get too carried away with those fireworks now. For those people in the U.S., for those people outside the U.S., it's just another day for you, I'm sure. But think of it as the Americans' Freedom Day.
Yes, that's exactly what it is. So enjoy, everybody. Happy 4th, and hope to see you at Shore Leave at some point in the future. Take care, everyone.
Yep.
Thanks for tuning in.
Take care.